Hey guys, so I have a review for you today on a new product from Urban Decay, which is kind of exciting. It's another addition to the Naked line, and it is the Naked Basics palette. First things first, the packaging on this is different than both of the previous Naked palettes. So this one is more of like a tin. This one has kind of like a felty feel to it. This one is definitely plastic. Packaging, I actually really like it. It's actually very appropriate as well because it is more of a matte packaging compared to like the other ones, and the colors. The whole reason for this Naked Basics is to have more matte colors because the Naked palettes are awesome, but the majority of the colors, except for maybe 2, 3 in one, and 2 in the original are shimmery colors. So the whole idea here was we all love the Naked palette, but we want something that's a little bit more matte. So it comes with 6 colors. This one was 12, so it's literally half the size. So here are the colors, and I will post swatches right there so you get like a better feel. So first we have Venus, which actually is the only color in this palette that is not matte. It is described as a soft off-white demi-matte, and this color to me is extremely shimmery, and I don't even know if I would put it in the matte category at all. It actually reminds me a lot of Virgin, just looking at it, so let me swatch them next to each other. Venus from the new Naked Basics palette is more of a white. Virgin has a little bit more of a pinkish, a very soft pink feel to it, and Booty Call has more of a beigey gold shimmer to it. So the colors are very similar, but there is a difference in the shimmer. But yeah, I wouldn't have called it a demi-matte at all. I placed that color today right underneath my brows over NYX Jumbo Eyeshadow Pencil in white, which I used because my eyebrows got a little out of control. It wasn't to make the color show up more, but I do kind of like it. I was a little bit iffy at first because I was like, why is this here? But it really does off-play the rest of the eye look being completely matte. It kind of gives it a little bit of something. I placed a tiny bit of it in the inner corners, but not enough to really notice. If I used the NYX base underneath, it probably would show up a little bit better. The next color is Foxy. This is not an original color. This is in the Naked 2 palette. It's the first color there. And it's a soft, like a very light yellow beigey shade. So if you do have the Naked 2 palette, it is in that. It's not in the Naked 1. This color I used right in the inner lid. I did place it over the next color in the palette, which is WOS, or Walk of Shame. Walk of Shame is a very light nude, kind of has a little bit of a pink undertone to it. It's not really like anything in the other Naked palettes. It's a little bit like Naked. Nah, it's not even like Naked. It's really not like anything. I might say it's a matte Booty Call. The colors are somewhat similar. This is Booty Call and this is Walk of Shame. Walk of Shame is a bit darker though, and swatched, yeah, they're pretty different. So this color I used on the lid. I really liked it because it gives you that, like, it just kind of neutralizes your lids. If you're like me and you kind of, your lids are not completely like one color, this is a good color just to kind of make everything consistent. The next color is Naked 2, so I'm just assuming it's kind of a play off of the Naked color that is in the first Naked palette, which is quite a bit darker than the Naked 2. Naked 2 is described as a rosy taupe matte, and it is definitely more ashy. It's cooler than Naked 1. So if I show you, this is Naked 1 and this is Naked 2. So Naked 2 is definitely cooler, a little bit ashier, has less like warm brown tones to it. You can see right there, that one's Naked and that's Naked 2. This color is Faint. Faint is described as a warm, dusty brown matte. This one, again, there's not really anything in the Naked palettes that's similar to this one. That's kind of why I like this palette, is because it is very different, because it might look a little bit like a shimmery color, but it's going to apply completely differently. So Faint I have, oh, and Naked 2 I have in the crease. Faint I have in the outer crease. And yeah, I like the way these apply. They blend so nicely. And then last is Crave, and Crave is Deepest, Darkest Brown Black Matte. So this one is softer than Blackout, but not by much. So I'm going to swatch them next to each other. Blackout in the Naked 2 palette is pretty much the blackest black eyeshadow that you can get. So they're very, very similar. Crave is a little bit, I wouldn't call it a brown black because I don't see any brown in that. So I gotta look. The bottom one right here is Crave, and this is Blackout. So honestly, when you apply them, you're really not going to be able to tell a difference. If I'm swatching them next to each other and I'm like really scrutinizing them, Crave is a little bit like more of a gray black, I would say. I don't really see brown in this at all, and if I place the colors next to each other, it looks a little bit lighter, just like a tiny bit of a lighter black, but honestly, it's not to the point where I would really be able to tell. Oh, and then Crave, obviously you can tell it's in the outer corners, and it's also along the lash line, and then I just applied where are you? Urban Decay 24/7 Perversion, which is my favorite black eyeliner ever, hands down. I bought like 3 of them, and that's basically the look. And so overall, I really do like this Naked Basics. I like how it's colors that you could use all the time anywhere, and it would fit. It's just a nice travel size, and it includes basically, you can do a lot with these colors. The only thing I'm wishing it had a little brush. Usually Urban Decay includes a brush or a pencil or something with these guys. The Naked Basics does not include that, and the retail price is $27, and it'll be it'll be available at Ulta, Sephora, UrbanDecay.com, anywhere that sells Urban Decay. But $27, I believe that these two retail, correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe that they retail around $50, $48, $49, and for this one to have half the eyeshadows but then not include the brush or the eyeliner or anything like that is kind of like, wait a minute, Urban Decay, what's going on? So that comes out to about $4.50 per eyeshadow, which really isn't that bad. I just, going off of how much the Naked 2 palettes are, the Naked 2 and the Naked palette, and the difference there, it's what I'm just saying, 27's, you know, it's more expensive than I would have thought it would have been. Overall, price aside, I really love these colors. I love the packaging, and they apply buttery smooth. I just applied them over Urban Decay Primer Potion. I didn't use, you know, any sticky base or anything like that. And the colors applied really nicely, and they blended nicely, and I've got mascara on my eyelids. That's really hot. So I am really happy with this. You guys check this out. It comes out on the, what is today? Today's the 27th. It comes out on the 29th onto UrbanDecay.com, and I'm sure Sephora, Ulta, all of those will have them in store very soon. And I'll see you guys soon for a real tutorial. I'm sorry I was gone all last week. I had family in town and Thanksgiving and all that, so I hope that you guys had a good week last week, and I'll see you soon.